In this video, we will see how to custom place the grid row elements and determine how many rows an element occupies. These are the utilities we will explore. Row span, row start, and row end. These utilities work similarly to their column counterparts like call start, call end, and call span, but in this case, they control rows instead of columns. Row start specifies the starting row line for an item. Row end specifies the ending row line for an item. Row span spans the item across multiple rows. Let's use these utilities in a practical example now. So here inside the body, I have a parent element which contains 8 child elements. In order to convert this into a grid layout, I have to add the grid class. Then I'll add some gap to create some space among the child items. And then I'll specify the number of rows that I want. I want 3 rows. And then I want to define the direction using grid flow call and save it. With these utilities, we get the output that you are seeing on the left side. If you haven't watched the last video, please watch it. That's where I explained how to use these two utilities. So till now it's the same as last video. Now coming to this video, we'll see row start, row end, and row span. So in this example, we can see that A, B, C is here, and I want the second element, that is the B element, to start from the third position. So in that case, I would use row start and specify the position, that is 3, and save it. Now you can see that the B is in the third position and the remaining elements auto adjusted based on that position. Now I want the D element to be in the third position of this column. So let's use row end and 3 and save it. But see, there is no change here. If you have seen the previous video about the call start, call end related utilities, there is an explanation given for this behavior. I'll give it again in case if you have missed it. So when we are specifying row end 3, we are mentioning that this element D should end at the starting position of the third element. Means in this column, E is the third element and the starting position of the E element would be ending position of the D element. So when we are specifying row end 3, we are actually mentioning it to be in the place of the second element which is already there. So you always have to add 1. Now it will be in the third position as we expected, because the starting position of the fourth element is the third position. If you are confused, just understand that when you are using row end utility and you want it to be in a specific position, you just add one number to it. If you want it to be in the first position, then you should write row end 2. If you want it to be in the third position, then you should write row end 4, like that. And the next one is a row span. So for the E element, I want it to occupy all the 3 element space. So I would use row span 3 and save it. Now you can see that the element E is occupying the space of all the 3 rows. That's all for this video. You can get really creative using the Gridly utilities for some unique layouts. In the next video, we will explore the place content related utilities and learn how to align grid content both horizontally and vertically at the same time. See you there.